Boston Red Sox. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Frank Messer. Along with the Scooter Phil Rizzuto, we'll be joined later by Bill White on a beautiful, beautiful fall day here in Fenway Park. Phil Rizzuto, this is something I've never been through, you've never been through, a one-game playoff to decide the American League Eastern Division champion.
It's a shame it has to come down to that, Frank, really. I mean, they're two great teams, and to finish with 99 wins, both of them in 1 year, it's got to be fantastic. You know, it was 30 years ago, almost to the day, actually it was October 4th, when the only other playoff was here, and Bob Lemon was involved in that one too, and that time he was a player.
He was a player, so was Al Rosen, who is now the president of the Yankees. And as I recall, the Cleveland Indians won that ball game here from the Boston Red Sox. What about this afternoon's game, Scooter? The Yankees are going with Ron Guidry, again starting with only 3 days rest.
Well, if history repeats itself, the Yankees should win, because the Indians went with a left-hander, Gene Bearden, and the Red Sox went with a right-hander, Denny Galehouse. At that time, Joe McCarthy was managing, and Galehouse was the only pitcher to volunteer to pitch that playoff game. And I remember talking to McCarthy later on. He had been the Yankee manager. I played under Joe, and he was very upset because there were some other starters who he thought were better than Galehouse, but Galehouse wanted to pitch, and unfortunately he lost to the Indians.
All right, on paper, the Yankees, Guidry, a better record for the year than the Red Sox, Mike Torres, who really is not the #1 pitcher on that staff, and that is not to say that he might not go out this afternoon and pitch a no-hitter. I think perhaps season records have little to do with this one ball game.
You're absolutely right, Frank. Most of the times you can throw the records right out the window. The only thing in the Yankees' favor, I think, is that Torres, through his career, whatever team he's been with, has only defeated the Yankees 1 time and lost to them 5 times. Now, this is a big pressure ball game. We know that Ron Guidry, as a kid, seems to have ice water flowing through his veins. On the other hand, Torres, very excitable Latin type, and if things happen early in the ball game, we've seen it can get to him. So I think both clubs have to get to the starting pitches early, otherwise it's going to be a very low-scoring game.
All right, again, traditionally, the Yankees this year have not been a club to come from behind that often. The Red Sox have been a club that can come from behind. My thought is, if you got on the scoreboard first here, if the Yankees get on the scoreboard first, they could be in pretty good shape.
I think you're right, Frank, and that's one reason I'm happy that the Yankees are leading off in this ball game. And of course, Mickey Rivers, the big man for the Yankees, unfortunately didn't get on against the Indians in the game they lost, but if he can start things off, we'll see a ball game. We'll see a lot of excitement.
All right, another point, Phil. The Yankees are playing without their regular second baseman, Willie Randolph, acclaimed by most experts as one of the best, if not the best, in the American League. By the same token, the Red Sox are playing without their regular third baseman, Butch Hobson, who is their designated hitter but can't throw.
Well, I don't think either position's going to be hurt too much defensively. I think Brian Doyle covers a lot of ground. The kid can make the double play. He's not nearly as good a hitter, we know, as Willie Randolph. And Brohammer the same way. He can field third base. He can't hit, but they do have Hobson in the lineup. He's the designated hitter, whereas the Yankees are going to miss Willie altogether.
All right, what about emotions for this ball game? I visited the Yankee clubhouse briefly and thought of an air of quiet anticipation there. The guys trying to relax, but I don't see how anybody could really relax before this game.
You can't, Frank. I know. First game before any World Series, I wouldn't sleep all night. We never had playoffs in those days. I'm sure a lot of the Yankee ball players had very restless nights. The Red Sox, of course, got a reprieve, never thinking they'd be in this playoffs, thinking that the Yankees were going to sweep Cleveland and win the pennant.
All right, and we'll be all set for this very important ball game when we come back in just 1 minute.
Division, July 19, 1978, the Boston Red Sox led comfortably 9 games over Milwaukee, 12 games over Baltimore, 14 games over the New York Yankees. But come on down the summer and into August and into September, and the Yankees suddenly were on top by 3 full games over the Boston Red Sox on September 16. But now we have come to the end of the season. The season will be 1 game longer than scheduled because the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees finish all even at 99 and 63. And today, live from Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts, the second playoff game ever in the American League matches the Yankees and the Red Sox from Fenway Park. This has been, in many ways, an historic season for baseball. Total attendance more than 40 million, both the American and National Leagues going over 20 million. And that is the first time in baseball history that has ever happened. This being the second time in American League history that we have had a playoff game. It was 30 years ago here at historic old Fenway Park that Cleveland beat Boston by a score of 8-3. And we come to number 2. The Red Sox are right here, primed and ready to go. There are 2 men in this ballpark today who were involved in that 1948 game. The manager of the Yankees, Bob Lemon, was a starting pitcher with the Indians, and the Boston coach, Johnny Pesky, started at third base that day and got 1 base hit. The place is full. Why wouldn't it be? My goodness, if there isn't something about a moment like this in sports that stirs your faithful and rouses the competitive juices in a man, you got no business being involved in sports. Because this is one of those games that perhaps could be counted even more important than a World Series, or even more important than a playoff game, because those are series. This one, won. That's it. Bottom line, you win, you go to Kansas City to play the Royals for the American League Championship. You lose, you go home for the winner. Hello again, everybody. I'm Keith Jackson, and it's a tremendous thrill for me to be here at this old ballpark where for the second successive year they have drawn over 2 million, and the seating capacity is not that big, just under 34,000. We'll have more than that here today, but it speaks well of this old game that has gone on so well for so many years, and the drama that's come along this year as the Yankees threatened to come unglued early in the year. Bob Lemon took over July 25. Since that time, the Yankees have won 47 and lost 20. Don Zimmer sat almost helplessly and watched his Boston Red Sox slide from first place into second place. But here they are with one more chance to grab the ticket to Kansas City. Working with us today, Don Drysdale, who's been himself involved in moments like this. Both teams are tired, but so what?
Well, that's right, Keith. So what? Because they realize, as you say, the winner goes to Kansas City, the loser goes home and spends maybe a comfortable winter, maybe a miserable winter. But when we look at the 2 starting pitchers this afternoon, you're looking at a couple of things that are just a little bit different. Number 1, Ron Guidry has only pitched with 3 days rest 2 times this year. He's always worked with 4 days rest and pitched on the 5th. Bob Lemon geared him for this. He knew that if this came to be, he wanted his ace to go against the Boston Red Sox. And when you talk about that game years ago in 1948, the Cleveland Indians and the Boston Red Sox, it's kind of fate would have it, because it was a left-hander at that time, Gene Bearden, who won the ball game for the Cleveland Indians, and at that time, of course, it was the Boston Red Sox who went home. But Mike Torres is going to try and counter that this afternoon. Last year, he was the kingpin in pinstripes for the New York Yankees. This year, wearing the uniform of the Boston Red Sox, coming over as a free agent, he'll try and turn the tide on his former teammates.
I would consider Mr. Guidry the Excalibur of the Yankee arsenal. He has been the man that has stopped them so many times this year. Coming out of a loss by the team, Guidry would come back and win one. Torres over the last month has not been that sharp.
He has not been that sharp. Matter of fact, the last time out, he had a very rocky game, and Don Zimmer said before the game, to see Mike Torres win that ball game 1-0, you really had to be here to see it and believe it, because he had 4 double plays behind him. He had 3-2 counts, 3 ball counts on all kinds of hitters. He walked 9 men, but still, that's the way the Red Sox were going, and maybe that was fate to be, because they are here this afternoon. He wins it 1-0, and he comes back the starting pitcher. And by the way, he is starting on his regular turn. Don Zimmer did not change his pitching lineup whatsoever. This would have been the day that Torres would have pitched, whether it was here or it might be next spring.
I realize this is a working day, first day of a new week, but grab as much time as you can, because we're going to have some fun at Fenway Park this afternoon.
At Avco Financial Services, our people have a certain spirit.
Avco is me.
And here's what that means to you.
First thing I always do is smile and say hi.
My customers know me. We on a one-to-one basis.
We pride ourselves in being courteous.
We try to answer the phone on the first ring. We're professionals, all of us.
When the customer comes in, I want them to think of Avco as Chuck.
Avco Financial Services. Our people put you in the best company.
Your cooling system was corroded. That'll be $76 for parts, $28 for labor.
What?
You should have kept your guard up.
My radiator's steaming. I need a tow.
Should have kept your guard up.
When winter hits, keep your guard up. Installed properly, Dalguard antifreeze protects against corrosion. And Dalguard guards your car down to 34 below. Dalguard antifreeze.
Take it from me. Keep your guard up.
If you suffer with athlete's foot, you should know what these students helped us prove. Here at the University of New Mexico, in a major clinical study, proof that nothing is more effective than Desinex. We used students with sore, itching athlete's foot to test #1 Desinex against the 2 other leading brands. Results? New scientific evidence that short of a prescription, nothing is better than Desinex. Nothing. So if you're still suffering with athlete's foot, don't blame Desinex.
The preceding was a message on behalf of Major League Baseball.
As we take a look at the New York Yankee lineup, there's Mickey Rivers, and he is the catalyst of this ball club. Leading off and in center field, Thurman Munson. Behind the plate and doing the catching and batting second. Hitting third, and once again over the 300 mark in right field is Lou Piniella. The man who came on strong, Reggie Jackson, in the last part of the year, the designated hitter for manager Bob Lemon, hitting in the 4th spot. And there's a man who's been red hot, Greg Nettles, at third base. He will hit 5th. Batting 6th, and at first base, Chris Chambliss, 274 on the year. And Roy White, the veteran, out in left field. He will bat 7th. Hitting 8th, Brian Doyle at second base. A late scratch, of course. The fine second baseman, Stanley, is hurt, and there's Bucky Dent, the shortstop. He will bat 9th, and the starting pitcher, Ron Guidry, as the Boston Red Sox take the field, Keith. And the crowd roaring. The crowd started roaring when Mike Torres started his walk from the Boston bullpen toward the dugout.
To the left of your screen as you look. And we're waiting now for the Red Sox to take the field, and I guess they're waiting on a cue from somebody down there, because we are now past the advertised starting time of this game. And now the Red Sox do take the field. This game, as you can see, is an absolute 100% sellout. They could have sold twice, maybe 3 times, maybe 4 times the number of tickets they were able to put out for this stadium. A crowd, I'm going to estimate 36,000. It may go even more than that. I do not know how many standees the Safety Commission here in Boston will allow into Fenway for the ball game. Mike Torres, during the season, won 16. He lost 12. His record this year, 1 win and 3 losses against the New York Yankees. As Phil Rizzuto told you, in his career, he has beaten the Yankees only 1 time and lost to them 5. This is Torres' 36th start. Last time out, he beat the Tigers on Thursday with a 3-hitter. So he is pitching on 3 days rest, but that is the way he likes it. That was a big bone of contention with Torres when he was with the Yankees. He wanted to pitch every 4th day, and in the Yankee rotation, that was not always possible. Torres let it upset him. But I'll tell you one thing about this man, Phil Rizzuto. He came back last year in the playoffs and the World Series and did just an outstanding job as a New York Yankee pitcher.
He really did. He's very surprised. He figures he's a great pitcher in the month of September and won only 1 game in the month of September.
This year at Fenway Park, Torres has won 8 and he has lost 6 in 17 starts. Prior to Thursday's win over the Tigers, he went 0 for 6 in 8 starts after winning his 15th game of the year, August 18th, out in Oakland. This will be the first time that Torres this year has been matched up against Ron Guidry. His only win this year against the Yankees, and the only win in his career against the Yankees, came August 3rd in New York, an 8-1 rain-shortened 6-inning ball game.
Third base. And all 4 of those umpires have had their moments this season with the New York Yankees. Mickey Rivers will lead off. Thurman Munson, as Don noted, is hitting in the number 2 spot. Ordinarily, that would be Willie Randolph, but he has a very sore pulled hamstring. And having Randolph out of the lineup is going to be a problem for this New York ball club, because Randolph had been hitting so well in the late portions of the season. He's a contact hitter.
3-0. High ball 4. He didn't come close for a strike. And we told you, when Rivers gets on, things happen. And a lot of balls were hit on the screen against the wall in batting practice. Rivers leads away. There he goes. And it's high, to throw to second. He's safe. Holy cow. Mickey Rivers surprised everybody. A perfect throw by Fisk, but a stolen base easily.
Watch it here. Watch the jump Rivers gets. He steals that base on Torres. Look at him going before Torres even releases the ball. Fisk made a perfect throw and didn't even come close. Rivers stole that base on Torres and had it.
3-2 on Munson. Struck him out with a breaking pitch. A big strikeout for Mike Torres.
Let's watch it again. This is a big pitch for Torres. Pitch moved well. Munson really did not come close to it at all on his swing. Bob Stanley is out there in their bullpen, Scooter.
5 triples, 6 homers, 69 runs batted in. Bounce it at third. Brohammer has it. Throws out Piniella, and there are 2 away.
With and still has an injured heel. Hard to run.
Well, Torres really throwing that slider now. He didn't have control of his fastball.
It's strong enough to be a factor in this game, too. Could hurt a left-hand hitter. Could blow a ball foul that could stay fair down the right field line.
All right, Reggie trying to get comfortable at the plate. And hits one to left. Will it carry? Yastrzemski, no, he's there. The wind held it up, and he makes the catch. And there the wind hurt Jackson and the Yankees. No runs, no hits, no errors. A man left, no score at the end of 1/2 inning.
Let's take a look at the Red Sox lineup. That's Rick Burleson will lead it off. He'll be at shortstop. And the scrappy little guy, Jerry Remy, batting second and at second base. Jim Rice with 46 home runs on the year in right field. The veteran Carl Yastrzemski in left field. 16 home runs on the year, 79 RBIs. And Carlton Fisk, who handles his staff so well, batting fifth, doing the catching. Hitting sixth, the red-hot bat of Freddie Lynn in the lineup in that 6th position in center field. The designated hitter is Butch Hobson. Hobson can't throw across the infield, but Zimmer will use his bat. And the boomer George Scott hitting 8th. He's at first base. And batting 9th, Jack Brohammer, who has filled in very well for the Red Sox this year.
Defensively for the Yankees, it is White, Rivers, Piniella in the outfield. Third to first, it's Nettles, Dent, Doyle, and Chambliss. Munson back at the plate, and Ron Guidry on the mound. Strikes. Don, I don't believe anybody works harder at getting the leadoff man in the inning than this fellow Guidry. And obviously, he's been successful at it. The record tells you.
Well, that's the most important hitter in any inning.
He comes high, and he goes, did he call it strike? Whoa. Burleson making some noise about it as he walks away, having looked at a call third strike. Remy has hit safely in 26 of 27 games when he was hurt August 25. High pop. It'll go out into the left field area where Roy White, the senior Yankee, makes the catch for out number 2.
You think that little guy from Louisiana didn't challenge him right there?
That put the Red Sox in this game. He's gone. And so Ron Guidry gets the Red Sox in order in the bottom of the first inning after 1. In Boston, we have no score.
Where's that? That's Lemon right there in the middle. Fowler just moved down the line. So the Yankees have the...
Nettles, 23 doubles, 2 triples, 27 homers, and 93 runs batted in. Check swing pop-up at Burleson, moving back, shading his eyes, and makes the catch. As Nettles couldn't check the swing. The ball was out of the strike zone.
Here's a guy who could be a key, Phil. He has not been swinging the bat that well the last few games.
No, and he's seen
in the course of a game.
Right, if he's lucky enough to stay in there.
Yeah.
Pull, but right at George Scott. Chambliss hit a bullet, but Scott guarding the line as well he should. Give him a single, but not a double.
Let's see where this pitch is. Right down over the heart of the plate. Chambliss, that little step back, had it right at Scott. I tell you, you got that guy in there, you got a good defensive first baseman.
Roy batting .268, 13 doubles, 3 triples, 8 homers, 42 runs batted, and 2 out, nobody on. Be a little stronger, a little faster. Struck him out. No score at the end of an inning and a half.
The crowd is standing, roaring their appreciation of Carl Yastrzemski. Before the game, Don Drysdale talked with Yaz.
Is this the biggest game that you've ever participated in?
Without any doubt, at this stage in my career, I know I only have a few more years left. I'd like to win a World Championship. It definitely is the biggest game in my career. I think if we just played like we have the past 2 weeks, not give the Yankees any runs, make them earn them, I think we win.
Guidry, a great record, but
Carl Yastrzemski has just hit it in the seats down the right field line, and the Boston Red Sox lead 1-0.
Well, Yastrzemski, he carried the bat down past the 45-foot line. He got almost to first base. That was a line shot hooking in the corner.
1-0. Pretty good. He will feel no pain. Yastrzemski's home run, giving Boston a 1-0 lead, and there's a shot hit to left field, way back right, going to the track, and makes the catch. Wynn got it and held it.
Breeze kind of changing just a little bit now, Keith. It's kind of blowing across, and maybe just in from right field. It'll casually move that flag.
Fred Lynn hits it high and deep to center. Rivers goes way back and hauls it down. The speed of Mickey Rivers.
And it takes the grizzled old veteran, Carl Yastrzemski, to come out and said, okay, boys, if I can do it, you can too. And he said, I had to do something, but he said, I still had to keep his bat in there because he was getting a few hits.
Bounced at third for Nettles. Greg throws him out. The inning is over. But the Boston Red Sox get a home run from Carl Yastrzemski, his 17th of the year, and take the lead 1-0.
Lead 1-0.
All right, Frank. Brian Doyle batted .200 on the year, been about only 50 times, 10 hits, no extra base hits, no RBIs. And he pops one in shallow right. Remy is back there calling for it and makes the catch. Make that 180 degrees.
I'm not going to let you set my compass.
In Beantown. Looper in a right center. Rice digging. And Rice makes the catch. He was playing Dent shallow. The only reason he was able to come up with that ball, they had positioned him perfectly. All right, the only Yankee to get on base now against Torres. Fair ball. And Mick's going to get at least a double out of this one. It hit the wall and almost stopped. A weird bounce off that wall, and Rivers gets the first Yankee hit of the ball game. A double past George Scott.
Let's watch it again. Rivers down in that crouch, strides into it and drills it just past Scott. Fair ball by about a foot or so. He saw the ball kick back and not to the right fielder Rice, so he started running hard again. And
except that Boston's was a homer by Yastrzemski. Now Thurman Munson, who struck out his first time up. Struck him out again. And Fisk has to throw to first, and they get Munson. That ball hit the dirt. At the end of 2.5 innings, the Red Sox won and the Yankees nothing.
Ed Figueroa of the Yankees and Dennis Eckersley of the Boston Red Sox, both of whom became 20-game winners for the first time in their career.
these stats count for the regular season. Deep to center. Rivers will not get this one. And it's off the wall. And a double for Scott as he missed a home run. They have hit some shots off Guidry.
Ryan Doyle. And Mickey Rivers now is coming back into the Yankee dugout. Whether he needs glasses or he didn't take them out, I don't know. But the bat boy moving on out. And evidently, maybe the glasses broke on him or he's got the wrong glasses.
77. He's played second, third, and designated hitter. He puts it down. Scott going to third. Throw to first. Sacrifice work. You can see that he has been a pesky fellow for Ron Guidry. Guidry with a 1.50 earned run average against the Boston Red Sox this season.
Lynn.
Ball is hit to Greg Nettles at third. Scott will have to hold on. Throw across. 2 down. Eddie Yost coaching at third. Johnny Pesky coaching at first for Boston.
And let's look at that last pitch one more time. A little delayed call by Denkinger.
Hit in the air to left field. Roy White makes the catch, and the inning is over. So the Red Sox threaten with Scott's leadoff double, but they can't bring him home. And after 3 innings of play, it's Boston 1, New York nothing.
My old buddy Jim was a great umpire. He was quick on his feet. He's got eyes like an eagle.
I'm still quick because I don't get filled up. I drink light beer from Miller. Light tastes great. It's less filling. It's got a... What's it say?
Here you go, Jim. Try those.
Oh, yeah. A third less calories than a regular beer. Hey, you're Boog Powell. Hey.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Is Gillette foamy thick and rich enough to halt this human cannonball? No. Is foamy thick and rich enough to hold back this halfback? No. Is foamy thick and rich enough to support this skydiver?
No. But if you want a clean, close shave, it's more than thick and rich enough.
Look at all the ways heads are turning to Vitalis.
Now that I shampoo more, I use Vitalis to keep my hair in condition.
Heads are turning to Vitalis.
Vitalis before I blow dry helps keep my hair under control.
Heads are turning, heads are turning.
My aerosol felt stiff with Vitalis on the softer touch.
These days, heads are turning to Vitalis in more ways than one.
Heads are turning.
Has joined us, and Bill, we've seen some clutch pitching on both sides early in this ball game.
Torres looks like he's got an excellent slider. He got Munson twice with that slider. I don't know how long he can get away with 2 pitches, though. Frankie's throwing that fastball and the slider. One key point here, that shadow. Prior to the ball game, the Yankees were complaining they couldn't see well in batting practice, and as that shadow moves out toward the mound, I think both teams once again will have trouble seeing the baseball.
And it's off the glove of Burleson, a base hit for Piniella.
Now Lou's now hitting 12 straight, and he continues to hit. Let's watch it again. The pitch is right down the middle. Piniella chops it past Brohammer. See the ball hit in Burleson's webbing and bounced out. Base hit for Lou Piniella.
He balled the first time up and grounded right to Brohammer. Reggie Jackson missed a home run with the wind blowing against him. Red Sox lead 1-0. He hit it well, but Rice is there and picks it off. Rice made a good throw back to first base. Popped him up again into shallow left. And again, the shortstop Burleson is there. Well, Torres twice has pitched tough to Nettles. The shortstop Burleson has it right at the bag and steps on second for the unassisted force. At the end of 3 1/2, it's Boston 1, New York 0.
And he pitched him double tough that first time up. He threw 2 fastballs right by him.
You can see that Guidry has been a bit of a pain for James.
That Keith was talking about, there's downtown Boston, the sun shining brightly off that building.
Rice hits it sharply toward Bucky Dent, the Yankee shortstop. Pulls him off the bag. Chambliss gets the tag, 1 out. And Bucky knew he had to hurry a little bit. The pitch was high, and Chambliss came over to make the tag.
And he gets him just as he goes by, and Jim Evans, the first base umpire, right there to make the call.
And Yaz is gone.
Play, Yastrzemski trying to hold up, but once he starts at bat, and with a bad wrist, he just can't do it. No way whatsoever. And that can change today.
2-strike pitch. Hit high, hit deep to center field. Rivers goes back, has room, makes the catch, and the inning is over. Pudge hit it hard, but in the deepest part of the ballpark. After 4, 1-0 Boston.
Impossible to get a ticket for this ball game. Stadium completely sold out. Roy White struck out his first trip. And he has to duck away from ball 4. Second walk by Torres. Others could not move him up. Munson struck out, Piniella grounded out, and Jackson flied out. This is the 3rd inning out of 5. The Yankees have had the leadoff man on. Roy White at first, Scott holding. White's going, and it's hit sharply to the second baseman, Remy, who throws out Doyle. Had they not had White going, that would have been a double play. But White broke, and no throw to second base.
Oh, Jim Rice.
You don't hit a ball any harder than that. Bucky Dent up, fly to right his first trip. And pops this one up out behind second. Burleson is there. Fights off the sun as he makes the catch. And there are 2 down.
This is going to be a little some kind of confrontation here, Frank Messer, with Mike Torres pitching to Mickey Rivers. Mike's been trying to get away with 2 pitches. The fastball, which he normally leads the batter off with, and you throw it up and in on you to break you off. Then he'll throw you the slider. We watch this play again with Dent popping it up. Mickey, a pretty good fastball hitter. So he sat over there and he's seen that Torres has thrown only 1 changeup all ball game and 1 curveball. And let's see what Torres does with it. First of all, they're going to move Scott back. They're not going to play him in shallow at first base.
Mickey has walked and doubled. Slaps it left side. Roy White almost hit by it, and they make the throw to third, and White is out. Burleson to Brohammer, and Roy White is out at third on the fielder's choice to retire the side at the end of 4 1/2. It's Boston 1 in the...
Certainly throws the ball at third. White had to change direction, and he's... I don't know if he ever tagged him or not, but he's called out easily there at third base, Bob.
They got to hurry. Now they go to third, and they get White. They could not have got Rivers. A heads-up play by Burleson. And White trying to get out of the way of the baseball, and that cost him being out or safe at third. As you look at it one more time.
That is a thinking play by Burleson, because the ball almost hit White as Roy came down slowly, trying to obscure the vision of the shortstop. Rick looked at Rivers, knew he couldn't get him, went to the third baseman, Brohammer. They get the tag on White, and the inning is over. And once again, the Yankees are turned away as the Red Sox lead it 1-0.
How does your foot spray stack up against odor eaters? Well, it would take up to 4 cans to get the 3-month protection of 1 pair of odor eaters. Most sprays are full of powder, and they can be a little messy. Odor eaters are full of activated charcoal, just about the most effective odor destroyer known. How about perspiration?
Odor Eater Soft Foam absorbs it, helps feet stay dry. Get Odor Eaters in white or new brown color, and Super Tough Odor Eaters for sneakers and work shoes. They destroy odor all day for 3 months.
It's really hard to believe that this colorless cream will let me gradually get rid of just as much gray as I want.
Grecian Formula 16, famous clear liquid and now new cream. It's colorless, easy to use as hair cream, no mess. Use a little every day. You're in complete control of just how much gray you slowly get rid of. Some of it, most of it, or all of it.
Now I use it just once a week or so. It's a cinch to keep it this way, looking perfectly natural.
Grecian Formula 16, famous liquid, and now cream.
He's a lover.
You know, you made one mistake with me. What? Breaking up.
He's a kidder. Where did you get this guy?
Hello.
Daddy, will you see Mrs. Brown?
He's a father.
I think I've broken the cable.
He's a private eye. And he's got style. Richard Dreyfuss in The Big Fix. Rated PG.
Starts Friday at a theater near you.
The ultimate decision of baseball games made up of a lot of little things, perhaps, Don. That may have been a very big play we just watched.
Well, it was a fine play as far as Rick Burleson is concerned. Now, whether White tried to make that ball go just behind him, and that's exactly what he did. Because if he would have been going all the way, they would have not had the play at third base, and they get him with ease. And I don't believe that they would have got Rivers at first base, Keith, because that ball was hit off the end of the bat. In his last 15 games, he's been hitting at the 389 mark, and he's walked 11 other times. Lynn starting today at 298 with 22 home runs and 81 RBI. Check swing and a good play by Guidry. One gone. Guidry bounces around that mound. They say that he is one of the fastest men on that Yankee ball club. Now the count remains at a ball and 2 strikes to Butch Hobson. There's Nettles on a tricky hop, and this might go for a couple as Hobson makes a turn, and getting on the ball in a hurry is White. There you saw the third baseman Nettles. He just got caught on the in-between hop, and that's a base hit. Sharply, and on the hop, Nettles moving down to backhand it. The ball just went inside his glove and almost caught him right in the rib cage. Now I'm trying to get the marbles back in place. And that is strikeout number 4 for Ron Guidry. Go to the 9th man in the lineup. That'll be Jack Brohammer, who sacrificed his first time at bat. There is Saturday's action coming your way, Keith. Out of time. To left field, White in the alley. And that is out number 3. The Boston Red Sox are going in the 5th inning. After 5, it is 1-0 Boston, and we'll be back with more baseball after this word from our local station.
Rivers at second and nobody out. Torres struck him out. In the 3rd inning, with Rivers at second and 2 outs, Torres again struck Munson out. If the Yankees win this game and go on to Kansas City, we will be televising tomorrow night's game here on 11 Alive WPIX at 8 o'clock. Check swing. Did he check it? He did not. He's called out. He's called out by the first base umpire, Jim Evans.
To call Munson out. 4th strikeout for Mike Torres.
He has made Munson look bad at the plate in this game. Center field, Lynn is after it. Never took his eye off the ball, and he's got it. He had to go a long way for that one. It was hit hard. Never took his eye off of it. And the count goes 2-1. The Red Sox are out in front, 1-0. We're in the 6th inning. Mike Torres has allowed the Yankees only 2 hits. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Well, you very seldom hit a home run, Frank, when you swing that way. Normally, you keep your eye on the ball and just carry it through, and that's when you hit the ball well. When you end up spinning around like that, you very, very, very seldom hit the home run. The pitcher almost has to hit your bat. He'd get in trouble now if he walks Jackson. Nettles next up. He's got a pitch from the stretch. Should he not get Jackson?
He's got him on the ground ball to Remy. And at the end of 5.5, it's Boston 1, New York 0.
The time of his life, I'm sure, because this was one of the favorite ballparks of Howard, which is where Butch Hodgson plugged him a year ago. Little treatment there for the gentleman who took that hard shot off the bat with his bare hand. Whoa!
Down the line, and this could be for extra bases. White will chase it in the corner as Burleson goes for 2, and he's there with a stand-up double.
Greg Nettles, third baseman for the Yankees, pulled off the line a little bit. They didn't think, I don't believe, that Burleson would pull Guidry that sharply, but Rick got well out in front and just nailed it right into the corner. So
Guidry has the one advantage, being a left-hander. And he's got a good bunt. Nettles has only one play. They just get him. By the pitcher and made the third baseman field it. And now the Yankee infield comes in as Jim Rice stands in. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out. He's bounced to short. That will sink in front of Rivers. And Burleson, a late start. He comes on to score. It's 2-0 Boston.
Home, a big, big run, and now Goose Gossage in the bullpen for New York, and Guidry will not be left out there much longer if the Red Sox continue to reach him.
He goes. And there's Chambliss. They stay out of the double play as Chambliss has but one play, and that's the first base as Rice goes to second. And Don Denkinger, as you look at Gossage, he goes out to hurry things around at the mound, and Lemon will stay with Guidry. And why not? Guidry has been the ace all year long. Sox here in the 6th. They lead it 2-0, and they will walk Fisk intentionally. So they had the first base open, and they just won't even fool around with it. They will be going with 2 outs. Don Zimmer. Wilkie hitting Rutan. There they go. There's a drive hit deep right field. Going back, Piniella still going back and makes a catch. Fine running catch by Lou Piniella as he battled the sun all the way. Now the Red Sox are gone as you look at it one more time. And Keith, what a catch here.
As the day wears on, the sun field becomes right field, and you see how bright it is there, and Lou's looking right up into it, stayed with it, and made the play. Great catch by Lou Piniella, and the Red Sox threatening, but they are turned away. However, they do lead 2-0.
Times. He's gone basically with the fastball and the slider. 1 or 2 change-ups. So far, he's pitched an excellent ball game, giving the Yankees just 2 base hits. That's in the right field. Should be easy for the right fielder, Jim Rice. 1 away. Base hit for Chambliss as he goes the other way. And Yastrzemski will block the ball and get it in, and Chambliss will hold it first. That's the Yankees' first base hit off Mike Torres since the 4th inning when Piniella led off with a single. Out and walked. White's 0 for 1 in this ball game, batting at .267. Base hit for White. Chambliss will hold at second base. A left-hander gets up and starts warming up in the Boston Red Sox bullpen. And he's joined by right-hander Bob Stanley. So Stanley, the right-hander, on the left of your screen, and the left-hander Andy Hassler, giving up 4 base hits, might be just telling him to stay away from that low fastball with Spencer. Maybe keep the ball out over the plate, use the breaking ball. Or let's let's see. Does he want the left-hander? Evidently not. Fifth suspension goes back to home plate, so he's going to let Torres stay in the ball game. Pitch suspension. Red Sox have a 2-0 lead here in the 7th inning. In the left field, Yastrzemski's right there. Yaz had him played perfectly. 2 outs. Shortstop. He's flied to right and popped to short. Dent's 0 for 2. Fouled off his foot. It's 1-1. Bucky's given up wearing that protection on his left ankle. In the 7th inning here at Fenway. Deep to left. Yastrzemski will not get it. It's a home run. A 3-run home run for Bucky Dent. The Yankees now lead it by a score of 3-2. Bucky Dent has just hit his 5th home run of the year into the screen. And look at that Yankee bench, led by Bob Lemon. Big Cliff Johnson out there. And a happy Bucky Dent. Yankees now lead 3-2. Boy, the last guy on the ball club you'd expect to hit a home run just hit one into the screen. Bucky Dent.
2 out, 2 on, 2-0 Boston, top of the 7th. Hit high in the air to left field. Going to the corner, Yastrzemski. It's over the wall. It's a home run for Bucky Dent. Yankees get the lead 3-2, and it just cleared the right field. Just cleared the top of the wall in left.
Well, the Yankee dugout, who has been very quiet up till right now, they are out in 4th. The great Bucky Dent, and that ball just did get out of here, but he got the fastball up over the plate. And that ball just skimmed the top, and the Yankees now take the lead by a score of 3-2. And the Red Sox fans are stunned here at Fenway. Let's look at it again. There it was, up over the plate, and Dent rode it right out of here.
For the New York Yankees, as he jumped on that fastball and hit it just over the green monster. Watch how close it is. The ball just settled into the screen.
It was almost so close, it almost sit up there and lay on top of that wall, but that's as far as you have to hit him right here.
The pinch hitters there, but they are strapped with the injury to Willie Randolph.
Stanley will play second base, and the only other shortstop is Domingo Ramos. Denny Sherrill was signed as a shortstop. Well, Rivers walks, and that's going to be off for Torres. Don Zimmer coming out of the dugout, and it looks like he waved the right hand. He wants Bob Stanley. So Rivers walks.
You better keep talking. I'm going to stay to shot, Bill White, so I'm not going to be much help up here.
You're?
Nope.
Bob Stanley is now on the mound to warm up. Don, his record of 15-2, and his earned run average in particular, backed up with 10 saves, being a spot starter for Boston, tells you that he's had a heck of a season. Last Friday, the Sox went to him as a starter against Toronto. He went 7 very strong innings and got the win, allowing only 2 hits and no runs.
He's been a workhorse for Don Zimmer all year long. Campbell has not been that effective this year, and Bill's had a few arm problems throughout the course of the season. And Bob Stanley is making his 52nd appearance of the year. He's only started 3 times, but as you say, he has done an outstanding job, Keith. 15-2 with 10 saves and a 2.55 ERA.
Bases. And he is going.
No.
And he's safe again at second base as Fisk threw a 1-hopper to Jerry Remy. Bad omen, Scooter, though. Munson swinging through that slider.
Yep. He's got to go to right field. That's...
Yep. That might be trouble. It's going to fall. Base hit. Rivers will score. Munson will try for 2 as Lynn bobbles the ball out in left center, and he's there with a double. Yankees now lead it by a score 4-2. Out, single, fly to center field. Into right field. And Rice is there. And the side is retired. Yankees score 4 times in the top of the 7th. And at the end of 6.5, the Yankees 4, the Red Sox 2.
Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Well, I guess this is goodbye, sweetheart.
Over 6 million shavers have said goodbye to their old razors and said hello to Atra, Gillette's best shave. The revolutionary Atra pivoting head gives a face-hugging action that outshaves every razor we've ever made.
What an outstanding performance! Bravo!
Atra, Gillette's best shave.
You're the best, Atra. The best.
When an ordinary air filter gets really dirty, it can eat gas and kill your acceleration. Now this is the Fram Extra Life. It's got a special outer filter which helps keep the inner filter clean, which means that the Fram lasts 50% longer than our ordinary single filter. 50% longer. Why not change your old filter for a new Fram Extra Life? Doesn't cost any more, but it can save a lot later.
Fram and Autolite are Bendix companies.
Vigoro, the fertilizers that help vegetables, flowers, and lawns grow more abundantly, are produced by a company that's part of Esmark. Esmark is an American family of companies, also providing you and your world with nourishing food products from Swift, energy to keep the wheels turning, and consumer products from Playtex. Esmark, providing over $5 billion worth of needed products annually for you and your world.
Bucky Dent, Yankee shortstop. Quiet man, .243 batting average. But his 5th home run of the season, oh boy, did it wake up New York City. And Yankee fans all over the country stunned the crowd in Boston. Lou Piniella there on the right side of the picture made that running catch fighting the sun in the bottom of the 6th inning that sort of kept the Red Sox backed up a little bit. To the leadoff man for Boston in the bottom of the 7th inning, Butch Thompson. Struck him out. Making right field very treacherous because that fielder has to look into the sun. Rolled to right by Scott. Base hit number 6 for Boston. Might be all for Guidry.
I don't believe he's going to wait, and he doesn't wait at all. He'll go to Gossage. Gossage has been throwing in the bullpen. He was ready last inning when the fine catch by Piniella ended the inning. And Gossage ready to go again right now. And, of course, you've got Bailey. And Gossage right now making his 63rd appearance of the year. A record of 10 wins, 11 losses, 26 saves on the year. He's right up there with the California Angels' fine left-hander Dave LaRoche with that Fireman of the Year award that goes to the relief specialist. And a fine ERA of 1.91.
There has been, as we watch Goose warm up, a lot of conversation about the MVP in the American League. And, of course, the primary conversation deals with Jim Rice of Boston and with Ron Guidry of the Yankees. Guidry seems a certainty for the Cy Young Award in the American League. Question is, should he have the MVP as well? And it's one of those things you can argue about for a long time. Another bullet. And Bailey is gone looking. The runner, George Scott, goes to second base as the pitch comes to the backstop.
Thursday, a full night of comedy starts with a special edition of Happy Days. Then Mork and Mindy and Three's Company. Bumper to Bumper with Taxi, Barney Miller, and Soap.
Isn't that wonderful?
It's a special night of comedy Thursday.
Right here on ABC.
Even if I stand on my head, it's hard to get your attention when I'm this small. Double my size. Now we're going in the right direction. For business owners, it stands to reason. The bigger the head, the easier to see and the more people you reach. I've got your attention, and I want to ask, is your ad in the yellow large enough to get attention? Remember, nobody who thinks small ever got big in business. Run your business big in the yellow.
Selling you a seat on Eastern Airlines isn't easy. It's not easy to sell you on any airline. You know, they're all pretty much the same. The difference is people. Eastern people are committed to personal service. We know that giving you good, comfortable, hassle-free service is the only way to sell you a seat. Maybe that's why for the second year in a row, we've sold almost 2 million more seats than the year before. If we want you to buy a seat on Eastern all the time, we have to earn our wings every day.
You've got an endless supply of energy. What's your secret?
It's no secret. The word's around about Weight Loss Clinic.
Weight Loss Clinic, a reputation built by word of mouth.
Oh, that's a high drive to center. Let's see. That ball is gone. It's out of here. The Yankees lead it 5-2. Jackson, a towering drive straight away center field.
Holy cow, did he hit that? 9 mile. Look at that Yankee bench. What a comeback by this team that has come back all year long, Bill.
Yes, sir. Jackson's 27th home run of the year, and he now has 97 runs batted in.
And now comes Miller time. When you've got the time to celebrate something special, head for the best tasting beer you can find, Miller High Life.
And now Zimmer's back out the mound again. He's got... high drive center field. Way in the air. Lynn looking. It is gone. Reggie Jackson, 27th home run of the season, and the Yankees lead 5-2.
Now he got it all. There's no question about that. And here comes Don Zimmer, and that might be all for Bob Stanley.
Boy, this is really high, Bill. This is unbelievable.
Right out over the plate.
Oh. Lynn knew it all the time.
Oh, the left-hander, as we watch Jackson circle the bases again. Well, he's happy right there. So Andy Hassler will come on now and pitch to Greg Nettles. Yankees have Nettles, Chambliss due in. They're both left-handed hitters, and the switch hitting Roy White. So the Yankees now lead it 5-2. Nettles with 27 home runs, 93 runs batted in. Got him. Nettles goes down swinging for the first out. That'll bring on Chris Chambliss, the first baseman. He's lined to first, forced a runner, and singled to left and scored. He started the Yankees on their 4-run 7th inning. After Nettles had flied out, he singled sharply to left field. Bucky Dent hit a ball on the screen in left field. Remy comes up and in time. They'll get an argument there. Just better back off. And Gene Michael makes sure that Chambliss doesn't bump.
It is. Never thought Remy had a chance. This is really a great play. Watch how far he dives. Right there. And then comes up, doesn't waste any time. Very close, but no time to get kicked out of a ball game.
Remy at second base has another chance. He's got plenty of time here. And the side is retired. Yankees score a run on Reggie Jackson's 27th home run of the year. And at the end of 7 1/2, the Yankees 5, the Red Sox 2. The intense face of the Boston Red Sox manager, Don Zimmer, as the Red Sox come up in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jerry Remy, Jim Rice, Carl Yastrzemski against Goose Gossett. A solo by Jackson. Down the line, base hit for Remy. It'll go for 2. Little flyer is around first, goes into second as Piniella hurries the throw in.
Look at it. Gossage with the infield, outfield playing Remy to hit to the opposite field. Went with a breaking pitch and got it down and in. and Remy hit it right down the line. And he's at second base with a stand-up double. And you can't tell at Fenway, Keith. You just at times cannot get too many runs.
The 8th inning with a threat. Rice hits it high in the air on the right side, and Piniella coming in a hurry, looking into the sun, makes the catch and throws quickly across to hold Remy at second base. 1 out. With 1 out, Carl Yastrzemski is at the plate now to face the big right-hander who will winter in Breckenridge, Colorado. Ball is hit up the middle for a base hit. Here comes Jerry Remy around second base. Rivers has it. He will not have any opportunity as Remy scores, and it's now 5-3. And the old pro does it one more time.
And the thing right here, just one swing of the bat, and the Red Sox have got it tied because the tying run is at the plate right now in the name of Carlton Fisk. I think he'd pull Jackie Price's bazooka. And there's some somber faces there. Little concern. Steinbrenner, Rosen.
Single playoff game with Cleveland winning. Bob Lemon and Johnny Pesky were active at that time as players. And that pitch is high. 3-2.
He says, well, I got to get somebody going. And he's got some action out in that Yankee bullpen as things start to kind of tighten a little bit on the third base side.
3-2. Ball is hit to center field. It's in there for a base hit. Yastrzemski will hold at second. Play in the Yankee bullpen. Lyle is the left-hander and Clay is the right-hander. And the batter now to face Goose Gossage is Fred Lynn. And our research fellow, Mr. Jerry Klein, hunting a safe place. Hit to left field, base hit. Here comes Yastrzemski around third. He will score. It is 5-4.
They can hear him in Martha's Vineyard right now. These Boston Red Sox fans on their feet, and they've got something to cheer about.
The base runners at second base, Carlton Fisk. At first base, Fred Lynn. The batter is Butch Hobson. High fly ball hit to right field. Piniella has a beat on it. Yastrzemski, I think probably in many instances plays that field as well as anybody. But today, Lou Piniella has really shown us he knows how to play it out there as well.
Well, the thing is, every man that they bring to the plate right now, Hobson certainly potential home run hitter. You've got power standing at the plate right now in the boomer, George Scott. You've still got Dwight Evans down on the bench, who has power to reach the fences here at Fenway. And again, I tell you, there's some drained faces in that Yankee club box.
Struck him out. So Scott strikes out swinging. But the Boston Red Sox have made it a contest. We have one inning scheduled to play, and it's 5-4 Yankees. She may have $4 of my money from having played in a Pro-Am tournament one time with her at Lakeside in Los Angeles. Hassler and Fisk, the battery for Boston. Top of the ninth inning, Stanley hits it sharply on the ground. Remy has it. Throws it out.
That's foul. Bucky trying for a second home run. It's this one foul up on the roof down the left field line. 1-2. Or pick up a couple of insurance runs here. Got him. Good breaking ball from Hassler. Vince Cott looking. 2 outs. Here's Paul Blair batting for Mickey Rivers. On the year batting 169. He's been up 124 times in 73 ball games, has 21 base hits, 2 home runs, and 13 runs batted in. Past the third baseman Duffy, base hit for Blair. And out comes Don Zimmer. Munson's due on. Zimmer looks like he wants Drago to come on.
And don't forget, the Yankees hold this 1-run lead and win this ball game. Every game of the playoffs will be brought to you right here on WPIX 11 Alive.
He's making his 37th appearance, his 36th relief appearance. He's won 4 and lost 4, picked up 7 saves. Of course, he's got hit Munson last time the Yankees were in here, Scooter. Got Munson just under the helmet.
Yeah, that's true. And you know, it was a little unusual. Right after that, Drago was talking about what remarkable control he has, and that's why he likes to come in and pressure games, because he can throw strikes.
Thurman had a lot of trouble with Mike Torres. Torres throwing him sinkers down and away. Now he'll bat against Drago with Blair on at first base, and 2 men out in the 9th inning. The Yankees lead 5-4. Burleson will play at the second base, and they just get Blair there for the force. And the side is retired. No runs, a base hit, 1 man left. Through 8 1/2. The Yankees 5, the Red Sox 4.
Who knows? It's not over.
That's right. Munson bangs it to the shortstop. Burleson turns and whirls to second. Gets the force on Blair coming down. And so we'll go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The crowd already standing and roaring. The Yankees 5, Boston 4. Back to 4 after this word from the local station.
Sunday, from New York to L.A., the only rule was win the Gumball Rally.
The Yankees are leading 5-4, and Dwight Evans has come to the on-deck circle. He is swinging a bat. We had Gary Hancock come out for a moment. He is the lone left-handed hitter remaining in the Boston Red Sox dugout. But it will be Dwight Evans hitting for Frank Duffy, the third baseman. Evans, the pinch hitter. Jim Rice playing right field today. Changes defensively for New York. Gary Thomason is in left field, and Paul Blair is in center field. On the mound for New York, Goose Gossage to face this man, Dwight Evans. High fly ball short to left field and playable for Thomason. 1 out. Now Goose Gossage needs 2 outs to send the Yankees into the American League playoffs for a 3rd successive season against Kansas City. Burleson, good speed, gets on base, represents the tying run for the Red Sox. Ball 4, tying runs on. Looks like he might be ready to come if he gets the call from Bob Lemon. Jerry Remy, Jim Rice, Clyde King standing behind Bob Lemon. Ball is hit to the right side. Piniella stares into the sun, can't find it. It's in there for a base hit. Burleson stops at second base as Piniella had a brilliant throw in from right field. He lost the ball in the sun, but I don't believe he could have caught it. Most of it. And you can see as we pick up Piniella in the outfield looking for it. And suddenly there was the ball in front of him. He might have been able to catch it. I don't know. Whatever it goes for a base hit. Center for Rice. 1 out, 2 aboard. The tying run at second, and Burleson Rice hits it high in the air and deep to right field. Piniella goes back. Has a bead, has it. Burleson tags at second, goes to third. 2 out. Rice did not get a lot of it. Fielded off to right. Everything in the world I think you could want at a baseball game we've had here this afternoon. Bob Lemon will leave Rich Gossage. Carl Yastrzemski
will come to the plate. Ball one. On deck, Carlton Fisk. Gusser. High pop-up. Nettles should have it. Yankees win. Yastrzemski pops it up. Just back at third base for Greg Nettles, and the New York Yankees have won their way into the American League Championship Series against Kansas City tomorrow night. The second time in American League history there has had to be a playoff game to determine a division champion or a champion of any kind. And it falls to Goose Gossage to come on in relief of Ron Guidry, and it was that solo home run by Reggie Jackson in the top of the 8th inning for that 5th New York run that made the difference. So there is a whole bunch of joy in that New York locker room as they make their way back into the quiet of it. It won't be quiet when they get there.
Yankees 5 runs, 8 hits. Red Sox 4 runs on 11. Popped up. That might be it. Nettles over at third base. He'll squeeze it and it's over. Yastrzemski fouls out the Yankee third baseman Greg Nettles, and look at those Yankees. They have come here in Boston and they have beaten the Red Sox again. Everybody's happy. The final score, the Yankees 5, the Red Sox 4, and the Yankees win the 1978 American League Eastern Pennant.
Bucky Dent, you know, it had to be one of the most dramatic home runs ever hit in any game, and for a season to come down where two teams won 99 games, you normally win the pennant. And a playoff game like this with all the excitement in the world, you had just fouled a ball off that vulnerable spot on your leg.
That's right.
And then, whether that confused Mike Torres or not, you remember the pitch you hit?
Yeah, it was a fastball hit.
It was a fastball hit.
It was a fastball.
Did you know it was gone as soon as you hit it?
No, I didn't. I didn't think I hit it good enough. I thought I hit it good enough to hit the wall, but I was just blowing it and hoping it would get over there.
Oh, Bucky, I tell you, you know, you need a shortstop. The shortstops always come through in the clutch.
Well, I've been trying to, but lately I haven't driven in many big runs for us, and I was just hoping that I could hit the ball somewhere and get us one run because Gid was throwing real well today, and I hate to see the guy lose a game like that 2-0 or 2-1.
Oh, Bucky, they were the 3 biggest RBIs. You know, I almost had really a heart attack up there when you hit that ball because it looked like Torres was going along and might have had a 2-0 shutout. I mean, that had to be the last thing in your mind, a home run, right?
That's right. I've been dreaming of this for about a month now, to be able to hit a home run to maybe win a game for us or something like that, and I'm just glad it came today.
Well, Bucky, I want to congratulate you again, really. A great playoff game, and continued good luck in the playoffs at Kansas City.
Thank you very much.
Bucky Dent. And now with us, the president of the New York Yankees, Al Rosen. And Al, you've got to remember 1948, the last time they had a playoff.
We did a little bit easier then. We won 8-3.
I know, but at that time now, you were kind of riding the bench at that time.
I was Kenny Keltner's caddy.
No, Kenny Keltner was a great third baseman, but it seems strange that you and Bob Lemon both were in the 48 playoffs, and here you are with the Yankees in the 78 playoffs.
Well, Lemon and I are celebrating our 30th anniversary. Excuse me, Phil, I've got a bad stomach, and I'm chewing all these things, but it was a great game, and the thing that stands out is, you know, these fellas are all professionals. They played like it when they got their act together. They just came on, and when you saw them in the 9th inning of the day, you knew that they were pros.
You know, George Steinbrenner saw me in the lobby this morning. I was biting my nails, and he said, "Phil, don't worry, we're going to win it." Now, I don't know how a man under that much pressure could be that opportunistic and, you know, think that much.
Well, I want to tell you something, Phil. You know what this game is all about, and when those fellas went out to do their job today, they had one thing in mind, that was winning. When you see a young man like Bucky Dent come through in the clutch when he hasn't been hitting well, you've got to understand that Bucky has all the professionalism in the world in him. He reminds me a great deal of Phil Rizzuto.
Al Rosen, the president of the Yankees, and let's send it back up to Bill White.
All right, Scooter, a couple of happy Yankees. Bucky Dent hit the 3-run home run that gave the Yankees a 3-2 lead in that 7th inning. And Al Rosen, who in his first year as president of the Yankees, of course, is very, very happy here. The Yankees have just won their 100th ball game. They've lost 63. The Red Sox have just lost their 64th. They've won 99. And the Yankees, of course, won it by a game here in the American League.